I want to warn to take cognizance a serious offense. It now attracts 25 years imprisonment. By next week, sir, I am bringing to Abuja many judgments.
So this particular post was on every blog. This post where Uncle Femi Falana did an interview where he says some people they threaten, say they go buy in daughter if you carry me go court and they go burn in office. Now when I saw this post, I did not react to it, you know.
All right, this is becoming unbecoming.
Unbecoming, in Dr. Bati's words, it's not everybody you threaten.
No.
Mr. Femi Falana is going to give the fire for fire, but I think it's very sad and sickening to see that when someone takes his stand, whether you agree with it or not, on social media, people then begin to send death threats. Falakemi Falana, who is the daughter of Femi Falana, has released some of the messages.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Plan B TV News. Yet again, we want to give you guys an update about VDM. You know, recently, the bad guy father, which is Uncle Femi Falana, the senior advocate of Nigeria, went on Sahara News podcast or Sahara News TV, granted an interview and shared a lot of threats on how people have been calling him and threatening him, how they want to burn his house, how they want to buy his daughter and all of that. The whole story did not sit well with a lot of Nigerians. Some were calling Uncle Femi Falana a liar. Some were saying he's lying, he's forging the story. But we just want to give you an update on how VDM responded to that. But first of all, I want you guys to also watch the Arise TV News analysis on how Ruben Abati, Ojiokpe, Adesua, and Rufai Oseni, on how all of them deliberated on the whole issues.
All right, this is becoming unbecoming.
Unbecoming, in Dr. Bati's words, it's not everybody you threaten.
No.
Mr. Femi Falana is going to give the fire for fire, but I think it's very sad and sickening to see that when someone takes his stand, whether you agree with it or not, on social media, people then begin to send death threats. Falakemi Falana, who is the daughter of Femi Falana, has released some of the messages that she has received on her Instagram page. People telling her, even going back to hit personal about an unfortunate personal circumstance that happened to her and saying, oh, do you want it to happen to you again? It just shows that when you look at people on social media, the truth is if you investigate the people behind the handles, they are not normal. Some of them, like in the words of Mr. Femi Falana, are mentally deranged. Mm-hmm. How can a man who said that he was wronged or slandered by a particular person decide to take him to court? And then, rather than allow the process of the law take its course, you begin to threaten him, you begin to say that you're going to burn his office, it's absolutely ridiculous. And so, this is why sometimes, if we're not careful, people begin to ask for sanctions or for us to moderate what happens on social media because there are some people who use it irresponsibly.
Yes.
I hope that, and he doesn't look like it anyway, I don't think I need to tell him that he won't be cowed or be intimidated by the threats, but he would actually go along and ahead to get to the bottom of this matter. But even deeper than that are some of the accusations that have come forth. It's interesting that, unfortunately, these matters have now distracted from the meat of the story, which is the corruption in the Nigerian Correctional Service, that we should investigate further beyond just this issue between VDM and Mr. Femi Falana are the bigger issues that video unveiled. Yes. That is what we should not be distracted by these stories. We should make sure we face that.
I think we've not been distracted. The Minister of Interior set up a committee to be able to investigate it. Inaugurated the committee a couple of days ago. We want to see the end.
Yes.
Also, the Minister, I have a question for you. The person that works or the people that you suspended in the prison service, Mr. Minister, they said your suspension was social media. I feel that's a real affront. That's an indictment. That's an insult on your position. And if you do not take action, it smirks of everything wrong with Nigeria. So please, we also want those matters to be addressed.
Yes.
Most importantly, VDM has also released another tape yesterday where Bobrisky was still repeating those allegations. I think, Mr. Falana, you also have to include in your suit for this defamation Bobrisky. Because I think apart from VDM, Bobrisky also needs to come to the court and repeat most of these things as it is said in this tape. I thought
He has
Bobrisky
denied all the allegations.
No, it's not a case of denying.
Didn't he deny?
People can deny allegations from here, but as long as you have an empirical tape, which can be subjected to forensic evaluation also, he needs also to be called forward for all these conversations.
Needs to come out. Yeah,
so I think he also needs to join him in this suit. And for those that go and make all sorts of threats, please, I beg you, stop it. Because all Mr. Falana has to do is to be able to pick up your IP address from those messages you made. And they will trace you to the house. Police know where you are staying. It's not the one you'll be coming on social media, I'll be crying, I'll be begging. I was just joking. You will not see it as joke then. Because when they come and catch you people now, that's why you know how to beg. Right. You will be begging from today and tomorrow and be saying, no, when you were making the threat, you did not know it was very hurtful. We totally condemn your action and don't do it.
It's the
for those that go out to assault people and do all sorts of, do not do it. They will catch you. There's no anonymity on social media. They will find you, they will get you, and you will face the full wrath of the law.
They will find you. It's the irresponsible use of social media.
You are not anonymous, so don't deceive yourself.
And then we move to the next story.
No. The point is that, look, we're in the age of digital footprint. So we should not hide under the anonymity that social media ostensibly provides to threaten people. When you threaten people, it's a felony. You are committing an offense. You have no right under the laws of Nigeria to say you will kill somebody for any reason whatsoever. You have no right to say you will burn somebody's office down. Arson. Attempted arson is in itself a felony. Well, that's why I said it's not everybody you threaten. Mr. Femi Falana, SAN, Falana and Falana chambers, they know more than enough law to know that, if you try them, they will come after you.
It was a giggle for me.
And there will be more than enough justification. Now, he was the one saying these people are mentally deranged. Okay, if they are mentally deranged, in fact, they will have to prove it in the court of law. You have to say, well, you have a mental problem for you to have committed a particular felony. And even that will be subjected to investigation by the court of law, as appropriate.
Absolutely.
So people should just learn a lesson. This social media frenzy, everybody imbecile goes on social media to mouth nonsense and to malign people. No. There are limits to individual freedoms.
Absolutely.
No freedom is absolute. Don't say I'm an activist. I'm this.
Then you're allowed to defend
then I can talk anyhow. I have one miserable phone. Most of these people have miserable phones.
Dr. Bati and the miserable phone. What is it, Turaya or Nokia? Which one is it? I want to see. You cannot. Those miserable phones.
All these second-hand phones.
So if you have good phones, you tweet all right. All right. All right.
Phone camera.
No, please. This is a serious situation. Please, we have to use social media responsibly.
I sincerely agreed with what they said. Let this not be a distraction from the whole story. If you listen carefully, Rufai Oseni says something that touched me, and I fully 100% agree with him. Because Uncle Femi Falana have not been able to add Bobrisky to all of this story. His own message, lawsuits, and interviews always focus on VDM. But never in a time has he ever mentioned Bobrisky in all his own case. This tells another story that is covering up something. Because you cannot say somebody sent a voice record about you or it was on call about you. You don't have any clue about any of this. In all your interviews that I've watched, that, I will make sure I follow this case up. And if that voice record is true, Bobrisky will be persecuted for it. I will make sure they do a forensic investigation on that call. If truly Bobrisky were receiving call while in the prison and they mention my name like this, there will be a consequences for it. Uncle, I've never in an inch said anything about Bobrisky. All his focus is VDM. Why did you mention my name? VDM. Why did you post the video? VDM. You accused my son. VDM. You said this. Okay, VDM said this for this. Why are you not talking about the audio recording that said or mention your name? Rufai Oseni said, Uncle, why you are saying all of this? At least, I beg. Also, at least touch the area of Bobrisky so that we all know that you are fighting for justice, fairness, and equity. Anyway, I want you guys to watch what VDM said. We'll be right back to do some messages.
But we must also let these guys know where we are coming from.
All right, so this particular post was on every blog. This post where Uncle Femi Falana did an interview where he say some people they threaten, say they go buy in daughter if you carry me go court and they go burn in office. Now, when I saw this post, I did not react to it, you know. But yesterday I just thought of, wait, if I don't react to this thing now, it will be as if I did part of the whole thing or I have a knowledge of what is happening. Number one, I would like to say this 100%. I am not aware and I don't have any knowledge of anybody sending Uncle Femi Falana or his family members any threats. Secondly, I will never be party to anybody sending anybody threats in this country. Now, what I would like to say is this. I'm willing to cooperate and work with Uncle Femi to fish out whoever sends that message to him. I'm willing to cooperate. If the person sends it via Instagram, share the Instagram. More share the Instagram. Let's look for the person that sent that. Let the person come and answer why he or she would say something like that to him. Going as far as saying, okay, go buy your own daughter. I beg. Me, I know they associate myself with anything like that. Now, me, I'm thinking that maybe somebody that wants to use the opportunity to throw fire so that the man will get more angrier. You understand? I feel like somebody is just trying to pour fire. Let him get very, very angry. I don't even want to believe that anybody from my own side will send something like that. And that one is simple. Even when everybody say, like, where did they go on here? You understand? And also, I know a lot of you are sentimental, you know, that they support the movement. But please don't support the movement without your brain. If you don't support the movement, support it with your brain. Acknowledge one thing. Uncle Femi Falana, na legend for this game. It's just quite unfortunate say this thing turn like this. Like saying a devil won't just scatter the whole thing. You understand? So that one made that one still stand there. No matter you like me rich, no matter you say you like very dark my own, they want to understand number one thing. Uncle Femi na legend for this P. And he will remain a legend to the end of time for this P. We acknowledge and we respect and there's a stamp on it. We know if we come on that stamp. So I beg. For now one, I just they come. Maybe now one of now just lose guard out of sentiments. Go to one, please. I don't support things like this. Dear Rattle Gang, even though I appreciate your support on a lot of things, do you understand? This one, if now one of now do one, I will not support it. I will not support it. Thank you very much. Peace and love.
Well, VDM has said it all. Uncle, I not get out for all these cases when they go on. No. I respect you as a father. You remain one of the most human rights activists and son that I respect so much in the Nigerian society. At the end of the day, please, if somebody is threatening you, provide proof. And if the proof shows there are people that can track these people down, either wherever, even if there are investigative police or agency in Nigeria that can track who sent that message, their location, any person that I'll be contacting with that phone, they can track that person. Uncle, submit and so that they will track him. Because as for him, he never and he have never encouraged anyone to threaten you or subject anyone to threaten you. Everybody that is around him, he knows them too well that they are not involved in this. If somebody is doing this, they are just trying to distract you from the main case that is on ground. That's what me also I agreed on, that nobody is focusing on how to deal with that corruption in the correctional center. Somebody cannot be receiving VIP treatment in the correctional center while other people are suffering, eating one square meal a day. That is the main goal of VDM and unveiling those records. Why would somebody be sentenced to prison and he did not go to prison? But nobody is talking about that. They are just using Femi Falana to make sure to distract people and say, I want to sue VDM. I will make sure he pay for it. Remember that VDM said that my son, which I know, my son asked that, are you calling me with the correctional service fund? Uncle, you were not there when your son received that call. So don't emphasize on those areas. I'm not accusing your son. But Bobrisky, with the two voice recording that they have released, said it was your son that called her. Or him, I mean to say. And also, he said he have not been responding to most calls because nobody knows that his phone was with him. Either you reach out to your son or your son reach out to him, but there's something reach out there that interests Nigeria. We want to hear the conversation after they reach out. There will be an investigation, and everybody will listen if it is true what they said. And then we'll also now focus, how did he receive his phone and how was the phone with him? Why was he not in prison? He said all of that, how they give him an apartment and how they're enjoying himself. And also how he mentioned your name, that you were the one, a son, senior advocate of Nigeria, help him not to complete his jail sentence. We know that one is legal, but we want to know the truth. Why was he not in prison? So no threatening, me not arrest for that matter. This is where we're going to be ending the video today. Remember, we love you, God love you more. If you love us, the only way you can show your love to us, play partisans in this case. Make sure you demand for justice. Why they will send somebody to prison and that person not go prison? And why police, why the ESCC they collect 15 billion to rule out cases, and why they demand how many millions to put him in a VIP session or outside the prison? We want to know. So that should be our demand. Not like, oh, Bobrisky, VDM just ate you. So VDM, what will you accuse fast father? All this kind of thing. That one are just to distract people. We want that correctional center to be corrected. We want ESCC to be CC. Want to CC, yes. I love you guys. All right, don't forget to subscribe. If you do, turn on your notification bell so that you wouldn't miss out on official upposts. We love you. God love you more. Until we meet again. Peace out. I'm waiting for you guys in the comment section. Love you.